How reliable are the projections from the tool you're using? In this Boldin Financial Planning review, we'll test whether its numbers hold up and whether the user experience is as smooth as it looks. Is Boldin truly dependable, or is it just polished on the surface? But before trusting Boldin with financial data, I actually started with user reviews, especially the critical ones, because that's often where the real concerns appear. One reviewer said that while the software was powerful, it did take significant time to learn. He mentioned running 6 scenarios and struggling to keep them updated, since a change in one meant updating all the others. And yeah, that's a valid concern for like anyone considering Boldin. Like, what if the power comes at the cost of complexity? But looking closer, this does seem to be more like an initial learning curve kind of thing than a permanent problem. Boldin's depth does make it complex at first, but many users also report that once they actually spent some time to invest in the setup time and learning it, the system becomes clearer and more valuable and easier to use. So the positive reviews here definitely painted a different picture. Like one longtime user here said that the free trial of Boldin PlannerPlus was worth the annual fee to him, noting that while Fidelity's free tool produced somewhat similar results, Boldin offered far more options for optimizing taxes and estates. Another self-described DIY investor who had built dozens of his own in spreadsheets, wow, said Boldin's simplicity for creating a base plan was unmatched. He signed up for the paid version within days and even called it the only tool he expected to use long term. So yeah, that level of loyalty suggests that Boldin provides real, lasting value. So after reading reviews, I tested Boldin myself. Like the question is, does it truly deliver advanced features or just look good on the surface? Boldin runs 1,000 different simulations of your financial future with varied market returns. And this is the Monte Carlo analysis feature. So instead of predicting the future, it really just measures how resilient your plan is across the best and worst case scenarios in the market. So this is like far more detailed than most surface level projections in free brokerage tools could ever hope to be. The Market Risk Explorer lets you basically stress test your plan against specific downturns, like a decade of poor returns at retirement. So this shows how these kinds of risks could impact your probability over time of success and losing money and gaining money over time. It really helps you adjust proactively to these risks. There's also the scenario planning tool. So Boldin allows up to 10 scenarios from retiring early to modeling a medical expense that might happen. So you can compare them side by side with instantly updating graphs, and that turns these like questions about what'll happen if this happens and what happens if I get this kind of bill. That turns it into these clear visual outcomes. The Roth Conversion Explorer helps model the impact of moving funds from traditional to Roth accounts. The inherited IRA feature also provides these step-by-step guidance instructions that you can rarely even find in competing platforms. There's also some other features. Financial wellness metrics gives a quick snapshot of everything, while the retirement withdrawals report shows not only how much you'll withdraw, but when and from which accounts. So this is a critical detail for like tax efficiency, right? So for self-employment income to precise social security modeling, I think Boldin overall is really designed to capture the details that specifically affect retirement outcomes. So is Boldin worth it? Well, in my experience, yeah, though with important caveats. The main drawback is the learning curve and using these tools correctly. This isn't a platform and tools that you like master in 5 minutes, right? The depth of options here can definitely feel overwhelming, and if you don't know how to use everything correctly, it may not get the results you want. But many users, including myself, found that after a focused setup session, the complexity becomes really more of an advantage, and that gives you more clarity and control that than like spreadsheets or free tools can even hope to match. I mean, Boldin is not free, I'll say that, but I do think the pricing is reasonable for the level of analysis and customization it provides. For casual investors seeking a quick snapshot, it may feel like somewhat of an investment, but for those serious about building resilient, strong, long-term plans and becoming profitable over the long term, it can really reduce the need for more basic financial planner consultations. They often run promotions too, so for the most current pricing and offers, check the link in the description. We'll keep it updated so you always see the latest details. And so after basically thoroughly testing Boldin, here's my final take. It delivers detailed, customizable, and proactive planning tools that really go far beyond some of the free alternatives. The learning curve there is real, but I think it's the price of having true control. If you're ready to move beyond guesswork and create a robust retirement plan, Boldin is a strong choice. Check the link in the description for current pricing and offers to see if it's right for you.